Hello and welcome to the session on cryptarithmetic. Now sometimes this is also known as verbal arithmetic. I'm Ravi Handa. So what exactly is this? Now sometimes you get questions like this, not in CAT or any management entrance exams, but in a lot of aptitude tests, let's say entrance tests for companies and stuff like that. So what exactly happens here is that you are given some sort of an equation like you are given here. Here every letter signifies one digit and you have to kind of do a mapping and figure out which letter represents which digit. So that's what we'll try and do here. The easiest part is now figuring out the value of m. M has to be 1. Now how can I say that m has to be 1? Well, something is getting added here and you are getting an extra digit. So that means this extra digit is coming from a carryover, and the only thing that can get carried over when you are adding two digits is going to be 1 and nothing else. So what I recommend when you are trying to solve questions like this is you write down all the digits. Why? Because as soon as you do a mapping of any one particular digit, now let's say you have done mapping of m with 1, then it eliminates some of your choices and it makes the question a little easier. So now I have the value of m as 1. What can be the value of o? So you are adding something to 1. So let's say the biggest number that you can add is probably 9. 9 plus 1 will give you a 10, which satisfies the condition of our carry and makes o as 0. Even if it is 9 and there was earlier carry of 1 and this one, even then you will get 11 and that will make o as 1. So the only two possibilities for o are 0 and 1. But since 1 is already occupied, we know for a fact that o is indeed 0. So now we got the value of m, we got the value of o. Let's try and figure out the rest. Now since o is 0, e and n have to differ by 1. Or because they cannot be the same, e and n are different digits. And when can they differ by 1? When you know for a fact that there was a carryover here, which means e and n will come as a pair in this. So e and n could be e is 2, n is 3, e is 3, n is 4, e is 4, n is 5, and there are plenty of such possibilities. We'll get to that later. Let's see which other value we can figure out. We can figure out the value here. So e, you are not adding anything, you are just adding a 1. So this will never generate a carry. A carry is not possible. And if a carry is not possible here and you need a 0 when you are adding the value of 1. So what can you add to 1 which generates a carry? The only thing that you can add to a 1 to generate a carry is 9, which gives us the value of s. So now I have the values of o, m and s. 3 digits are gone, whereas some more are still remaining. So what else can I figure out? The one equation that I have already is that e plus 1 is equal to n. Can I get some more relationships? Yes, n plus r is giving me an e. But I know that e is smaller than n. So what must have happened? What must have happened is that n plus r should have been 10 plus e. So something like that 10 plus 7 plus 9 is 16 and something like that. So then it is still possible that the digit after the addition is smaller than the digit before the addition. So there must have been a carry. Let's try and solve this out. So when we try and solve this out, we get e plus 1 plus r is 10 plus e. I am solving the equation which I have formed for this part. Now e gets cancelled and I get the value of r as 9. But I have made some mistake here because s is 9 and r cannot be 9. So what is the mistake? Can you guess? What is the wrong thing that I have done here? Well, the wrong thing that I have done here is that I have done n plus r as 10 plus e, which is not leading me to any answer. The only way this is possible is because I have neglected some carry which must have been here. So there must have been a carry of 1 here. The equation that I should have written is not n plus r equal to 10 plus e, but 1 plus n plus r should be equal to 10 plus e, which will give me the equation as 1 plus e plus 1 plus r equal to 10, and that leads to the value of r as 8. So this is the only value possible. Now I also have the value of r as 8. So what else is left? I'm left with d, e, y and obviously n. As I said earlier, I like to repeat, e and n will come together as a pair, as a set. Could be 2, 3, could be 3, 4, could be 4, 5, could be 6, 7, and these are, so the possibilities for e and n have also reduced. Another thing that you should notice here is that d plus e should be equal to 10 plus y. Why am I saying it is not just y but 10 plus y? Because we figured out that to get the value of r, we needed a carry here. So there is a carry here. So this must have been 10 plus y. Now, with the digits which are remaining for d and e, maximum possible is 6 plus 7 or 13. But that is not going to happen. Why is that not going to happen? Because if e is one of them, then n should be the higher value. So that is not possible. What else? Let's say if I did something like a 7 plus 3 or a 7 plus 4. In that case, 7 plus 3 is 10. 7 plus 4 is 11. In that case, y would have become 0. 7 plus 3, 10. So y is 0. Not possible because o is 0. 7 plus 4 is 11. Again not possible because y cannot be 1. Y can be 2 and can be 3. So the two possibilities that we had for y are 2 and 3, which is possible if and only if d and e are 6 and 7, then it will not work because it will be 13 and we will have no possible value for n. Now this ensures that d plus e cannot be 13. We have already eliminated the possibility of d plus e as 10 or 11. So the only possibility for d plus e is that d plus e is actually 12 and y is 2. So that kind of makes my life a little more easier. Now since I have the value for y as 2, I know that d and e should add up to be 12. How can I get a 12 from d and e? I can get a 12 if I add 5 and 7 as d and e. Now if my 5 and 7 are d and e, I also need to put in n in such a way that it is ahead of e or n is higher. So what can be the combination here? If I take this as e and this as d such that their sum is 12, it is possible because then 6 will be n. On the other hand, if I had taken 5 as d and this as 7 as e, where will I put n? I will have no position for n. So this is also not possible, which means the set of 5, 6 and 7 is the set of the alphabets as E, N and D. So now I have all the necessary values which were required in the equation. O is 0, M is 1, 2 is Y, 3 and 4 do not occur in the equation, 5 is E, 6 is N, 7 is D. So if you realize, this is very much like a logical mapping puzzle, something like a Sudoku where you have to fit in possible digits in possible location. So if you want to get good at this, obviously you should practice more questions on arithmetic, or you can also practice some Sudoku. I'm sure that will help you to improve. Hope you enjoyed this video and learned something from it. Please provide feedback via the comment section. Thank you.